1, 2, 3.
Good
Good afternoon. Teacher bell bell. And teacher tell.
Good afternoon, students. Hello. Welcome back to another beautiful day of English lessons. Oh, why is my screen all broken? Okay, better. So last time we were busy with some rules and regulations for taking care of ourselves. So we're going to carry on and have a look at that. Also, just as a reminder, page 148 and 149 is a test that we have to complete. Please send it to us. We have to complete it. I think it's the second or third week now I'm asking for it. So if you have done it, thank you very much. If not, please make sure you complete it and send it to us on page 148 and 149. Okay. So we are busy with Unit 9, National Health Regulation Guidance for Good Practices. So we had a look at some of our vocabulary words last time. We had cavity, which we said is a hole in your tooth. We had constipation, which shows us or says we cannot go to the bathroom. We have a construction site where we can build buildings on. We also found the word dandruff, which is small dirty parts of that we can find in our hair if we don't wash. We have electricity, which makes everything around us possible. And then we have the environment, is the area around us and where we live. We live in a beautiful area of Thailand over here. Then we have gambling, and we said gambling is very bad. We should never be gambling. It's not a good thing. Don't gamble. Then we have nutrients. Nutrients, we all need to be nice and strong. So we have to eat proper nutrients, and that comes from eating healthy, fresh cooked meals. Then we have stress. Stress is something we also sometimes feel when there's a lot of pressure on us to do something. And then we have wastewater. Now, wastewater is water that needs to be recycled in order for us to use it again. Okay, so that was our vocabulary words that we practiced last time. And we also had a look at some different pictures over here. Now, the last time we ended off with the requirements of how do we wash our hands and hair. And I thought it would be in today's stage and how life is today, we have to take extra care because of the coronavirus.
Find the things we do.
The coronavirus makes life a lot more difficult, and we have to understand how to protect ourselves. So these are also new regulations that we need to follow. Most of us know about them by now, but it's always important to repeat it to one another so that we make sure we don't forget. So the first thing we have to do is wear a face mask. Why is this important? Because it stops the flow of air when we speak. So if you are speaking, there is air coming out of your mouth. To practice, while you speak, put your hand in front of your mouth and you will feel hot air being blown on your hand while you speak. So the masks help so that we don't share that air with someone else, or we also don't inhale from someone else. So it's very important for us to wear a face mask in public. Also very important to wash your hands often. And I have a video that we are going to watch now about washing hands. And we have to sing and dance along a little bit with the video. Now, it's important to wash our hands because the virus does not only get spread on through the air or through speech or talking, it also can get stuck on surfaces. So if you touch something that someone else touched with coronavirus, it is possible for you to get the virus through that. So wash your hands often to make sure they are clean. And the other one we also have to take a very special care of is social distance. Do not stand too close together. If you go to the market in Pechabun, you will see the people walk very close together. It's not good. It's not good. That's the way the virus spreads the easiest. We have to be a little bit apart from each other to make there a less chance to spread. Okay. Now I want to watch a little video with you guys. So let's watch a video, and I want us to sing along and dance along where we can, and just have a little bit of fun before we carry on. Okay. Are we ready? Yes. You ready? Yes, yes, yes. All right, let's listen.
Wash your hands, everybody come along and wash your hands. Wash your hands, everybody come along and wash your hands. Show me your hands, everybody. Show me your hands. Are they dirty? Show me your hands, everybody. Time to wash your hands. Rub your hands, everybody. Rub your hands. Are they soapy? Rub your hands, everybody. Time to wash your hands. And we sing, wash your hands, everybody come along and wash your hands. Wash your hands, everybody come along and wash your hands. Wash your hands, everybody come along and wash your hands. Wash your hands, everybody come along and wash your hands. Dry your hands, everybody. Dry your hands. Are they dry yet? Dry your hands, everybody. Time to wash your hands. Shake your hands, everybody. Shake your hands. Are they clean now? Shake your hands, everybody. Time to wash your hands. And we sing, wash your hands, everybody come along and wash your hands. Wash your hands, everybody come along and wash your hands. Wash your hands, everybody come along and wash your hands. Wash your hands, everybody come along and wash your hands. Before you eat, wash your hands. When you come home, wash your hands. In the bathroom, wash your hands. After you play, wash your hands. Wash your hands, everybody come along and wash your hands. Wash your hands, everybody come along and wash your hands. Wash your hands, everybody come along and wash your hands. Wash your hands, everybody come along and wash your hands.
Okay. Excellent. You guys like the song? Wash your hands. I didn't see a lot of you dancing.
It's so loud.
Very loud, yes, so that you can hear it very clearly. But next time I'll put the volume a little softer. But it was nice to be loud, to make you get excited and dancing and be happy. Okay, so now today we are moving on and we're going to look at some other health regulations. And these ones is number 4. Eat newly cooked and clean food and avoid spicy and colored foods. So this is another regulation regarding the type of food we should eat. But what should we do before we eat food? We have to wash our hands. We always have to wash our hands before we eat. So let's look at what they are trying to tell us over here. On the first one, they say, choose and buy fresh and clean food. Seasonal ingredients must be fresh, good and cheap, so they are suitable for cooking healthy food. Now, currently, they say, yeah, the food should be cheap. But if you look currently, for example, in Thailand, at the moment, the pork price is very expensive.
It's higher.
The pork price is a lot higher than usual. So that's why we can't always, if you want to buy fresh and good food, it might not always be cheap. We might have to spend a little bit more for that food. The same with coriander, that was going up very high in price a couple of weeks ago. So sometimes if you want to eat the healthiest food, it's not cheap. So we always have to try and find a way to make nice, healthy food that is still affordable. And in Thailand, we can buy a lot of fresh vegetables and greens and seasonal ingredients at the markets, which gives us a big opportunity to make healthy and fresh food. So we have to try and make food as fresh as possible. And do not let it stand outside the fridge for too long. Rather save your food in the fridge, but it can also only be in the fridge for a couple of days before you have to use it, because the fridge won't keep it fresh forever. Okay. 2, eat all of the 5 food groups in appropriate portions. Eat a variety of foods to get all essential nutrients. Drink at least 8 to 10 glasses of clean water per day. So there are different food groups. The food groups, we're not going to go into too much depth about them, but those food groups would include your proteins, will include your fats, will include your minerals and vitamins. So there's your carbohydrates and your vegetables are different food groups that help our bodies grow in different ways. So some food groups like protein is good for muscle building, while other food groups is maybe good for energy, especially stuff like vegetables, give us more energy. So that is the difference between the food groups. And number 3, eat newly cooked food and use a serving spoon when sharing food. Avoid half-cooked, preserved, colored, and extremely seasoned foods. You have to be very careful when it comes to half-cooked food. Because, for example, in chickens, we have a disease called salmonella. Now, salmonella can be very deadly to us humans. So in order for us to avoid getting salmonella, we have to make sure the chicken is cooked thoroughly. And it's not raw at any point, because we might get sick from the raw chicken. The same with pork. Pork is also important to cook properly. You do not want to eat your pork medium or rare. Your pork has to be cooked in order to kill some bacteria and to make sure that nothing in there can make us sick. Okay, so this first 3 paragraphs, I want you guys to read with me. So I want you guys to start reading. Let me just clear off the board here. You can start reading from the word choose. And you have to read number 1, number 2, and number 3. Are you ready to read? Yes, yes, yes. I hope so. You guys can start reading now.
1. Choose and buy fresh and
and
clean
clean
And clean food seasonal ingredients must be fresh, good, and
fresh
cheap.
food and
So
cheap,
they
so
are
they are
suitable
for
for cooking
cooking
healthy food,
food,
cook
cook
food
food
well
well
and
and
properly.
hopefully
Read
to
To
Read
eat
it,
all
Sandy. Good.
the fast food groups in appropriate proportions. Eat a variety of foods to get all essential
All essential
nutrients. Drink
nutrients.
at
nutrients.
least 8 to
Drink
10
at
glasses
least
of clean water per day.
we eat
Eat newly
newly
cooked food
cooked food
and
and
use
use
serving
serving
when
food
sharing
when
food.
having food
Avoid
and
half-cooked,
half cooked with
preserved,
with
colored, and
colored and
extremely seasoned foods.
extremely food.
Excellent, excellent, very good. Some very
No
good
one-
reading there. So let's move on to the next one. We'll come back to this one in a little bit to recap. So the other one we have here, we have to also keep away from cigarettes, alcohol, drugs, and gambling, and do not have many sexual partners. So this is also a regulation that is very important, especially when we are young, because when we get to a certain age, we get introduced to all these things. And a lot of the times it is because of your friends that you make bad choices. So do not allow your friends to force you to do anything. If you don't want to do something, just say no. Don't allow them to force you to do it, because a lot of times bad things can happen to you. It's like my father always told me, if I jump off the bridge, will you also jump? Not always.
No.
You won't jump. So if I tell you to do something,
I
but you don't do it. No, it's important to always take care of ourselves first. Yes, sometimes we have some peer pressure from the friends, but we have to also learn how to deal with it. So let's read these 2 passages. We're also gonna read them together, but let me first read them for you guys. Okay, number 1, keep away from all kinds of addictive drugs and substances. Do not try them or accept them and offer from friends. So don't take any of them. Do not participate in any kind of gambling and stay away from gamblers. Gamblers are people who gamble. Number 2, do not have many sexual partners. Look after yourself well according to Thai values. Men should respect women and must not take advantage of them. And women should behave gracefully. Now, number 2 is a very good, difficult thing to talk about over here. Because yes, you're getting to an age now in puberty where these things might be something that you come across. So the main important thing I always say to young people is have a lot of respect for yourself and for your body. Do not give your body to anyone for no reason or for very simple reasons. Especially the women, you are the ones that carry the babies. So if something goes wrong and you become pregnant, it's a big problem. So the best way to avoid any difficult situation is by not doing at all. Just avoid doing it. And do not allow anyone to put pressure on you to do anything you do not want. If you feel that you want to ask maybe someone about it, it's better to always ask your parents if you should or should not do certain things. Okay, so now you guys have to read for me from over here. You can start by keep away. You can start reading now.
Keep away from mind sky
Of
from all
Addictive.
of
addictive drugs and substances.
do not
Try them
or and offer
from friends.
friends do not
Participate.
participate
In any kind of
Gambling.
gambling and stay away
from gambling.
Gamblers.
Gamblers.
Okay, before we carry on, the word participate means to take part. To take part. I want to participate. I want to also do it. So do not participate. Do not do it. Okay. So you guys can start here by do not. You guys can read from do not, number 2.
Do not have
any sexual partner.
look
Look after yourself
well
according
to Thai
men should respect women and must not take advantage of them. Women should behave
Gracefully.
gracefully.
Oh, gracefully is like when a bird flies in the sky and it just makes it look so easy and so beautiful. Now that's the way we want the women to also be, to always be graceful, be well dressed, well presented, and act very kindly. But men should not take advantage of women. We should also respect them. And for both parts, men and women should respect each other. Very important, and a lot of the times we tend to forget that. So it's always good to remind ourselves about that. Okay. So number 6, in our guidelines, we've done 6 of them now. Or if we have done 5, we're doing number 6 now. Number 6 is keep the family relationships warm. So let's see how many pointers they have for us there. We have a few, only 2 pointers. And then we move on to the next one. So number 1 here, all family members should help each other and respond to their duties. Discuss and share the idea when having a problem. So what does that mean? We should always help each other in the house. We should always respect each other and listen when the older people speak to us. No matter how old you get, there's always someone older than you. that you have to respect and listen to. And always remember to share some ideas and talk about what's going on in your day. I know you guys are getting to a stage of your lives now and at an age where you don't really want to talk to your parents that much. Because you start to think that we know a lot. But it's important to share with your parents how you are doing and how it's going at school. So because they care about you and they want you to be happy, but also have a good time. So you can share that with them. But also if something bad happens, share it with them as well, so that they know. Do not be scared of talking to your parents. Yeah, even sometimes we don't want to say something because we might be wrong and we might be reprimanded, and no one likes to be reprimanded. But rather speak the truth, because if you speak the truth, your parents will always trust you and they will always listen to you. But if you don't speak the truth, they will not listen to your stories anymore, because they cannot trust your stories. So even if you are wrong, speak the truth. It helps a lot. I promise you. I was also the same age as you were. And it's very important that I realized was to speak the truth, and your parents can help you. Okay, the next one. All family members should do activities together, such as having dinner, traveling, or going to make merit together. This is also something that I believe is important. Why? Because we want everyone in the family to go and share the experience. Think about it. Do you want to sit alone and eat? Or do you want to go with your family and sit with them and eat? It's much nicer sitting with your family. It's also nicer if you go and travel, to travel with your family. I've done that also in my life. And I've also traveled alone. But traveling with your family is such a nice experience, because you get to share all the new things you do with them. And yeah, going to make merit is also important, because it's for you guys which are still growing up and becoming older. Your parents take you to show you what is the importance of doing these things. And they teach you the value of doing that. So for me, it's all of them are very important, and we should do a lot of things together as a family. We also should do stuff with our friends, yes, but we should do a lot of things with the family. Okay, let's look at rule number 7. Use precaution to prevent accidents. Okay, so you guys are getting older now. Soon enough, you'll be driving motorcycles and you'll be driving cars when you get a little bit older than you are now, but it's coming in the future. So it's important to be safe and take precaution. Precaution is make a plan for if something goes wrong. So the first thing we must look at is maintain equipment and electrical appliances in a good condition. Use them carefully. It's important because when we look at maintaining equipment and appliances, electrical appliances are dangerous appliances because they work with electricity. Electricity can kill if it is very high voltage or watts. So always take care when working with those equipment or appliances. And the equipment we have to maintain is to make sure they don't get old or break, and they can last a lot longer. Okay. And number 2, be careful when going outside. Strictly follow traffic regulations when using transport. So when you are driving, make sure you follow the rules of the road to drive safely. And avoid being in dangerous areas, such as construction site or areas close to ponds. The other thing I would say is, which is something you have to be very carefully of, is do not cross the highway. Do not cross the highway on your just by the side of the road. I will say without using the bridge to cross. So do not cross the highway by walking across it. It's very, very dangerous. We cannot always see how fast the cars are coming, and some people do not drive the speed limit. They might be driving faster. So it's very important to make sure that we cross the highways over the bridges. And we have to teach the young kids that as well, because an accident can happen very quickly. Within minutes, seconds, something bad can happen. So be careful. You are growing up to be young adults now and be getting to the age of teenagers and then to young adults. So your brain is developing a lot more. So you are also able of thinking about things a lot better than you used to when you were younger. So make use of that. Think and use this brain, because we all have one. Use it to think before we do. Because sometimes what we do without thinking might not be safe. Okay. So that's about it, I think, for today. What's the time now? Oh yeah, time is almost running out. So that's all that I wanted to talk to you guys about today. We talked about our regulations for COVID that we have. We looked at what we talked previously about washing our hands, taking care of our bodies, cleaning our nails, washing our hair, going to the dentist. And then today we had a different look at eating some healthy, fresh food, to prepare fresh food. We looked at staying away from any illegal substances or addictive drugs, such as alcohol and cigarettes and injections. There's a lot of things that we find these days. Please stay away from them. It's very unhealthy and can cause a lot of bad things. We also look at what we can do with our family to maintain a relationship and to build a strong one. Okay. This one we're going to carry on next time. Let me see if my screen is still frozen here. Why is my screen still frozen? My gallery view is still frozen. I don't know why. Okay, but let's quickly play a rock, paper, scissors game to end off today's 3 lessons. We have a lot to do today. So thank you guys for being here all day, sharing your time with me. So if you guys are ready, let's grab our hands and play a quick game of rock, paper, scissors. Please just let me know if you won or lost. I can't see because my screen is a little bit frozen at the moment. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Oh, Leon had a scissor. Leon won. Namnang beat me. Boss beat me. Jasmine beat me. Oh my goodness, a lot of you beat me today. Wow, congratulations to every one of you that beat me. I'm very proud of you. Not never, you beat me quite often. Just the last day.
We always tie.
But this morning, the first one you
Yes,
beat.
we always ties.
Ties is there. Who's there? Oh, is John Paul also still with us? Hello, John Paul. You haven't spoken to me in a long time. Welcome to the classroom. Anyway, I would like to say to you guys, thank you all for coming. It is always a pleasure to be with you guys, and I really enjoy spending time with you and teaching you. And I really hope you guys have an amazing day. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.